My liver is a healthy pink. I wonder if drinking too much coffee would upset it. Drinking coffee is part of the investigation, after all.
Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Deadly Premonition. It's time to begin Day 2 of the investigation. Day 1 went pretty well. We investigated Becky and Quint. We hung out at the Swery 65. But now it's time to go to the police station and see what George and Emily have come up with on this case. Before we can do that, of course, we do have to eat some breakfast. We'll fill up on some junk food, on these lollipops we've been collecting. Because there's no breakfast quite like 6 lollipops, and an egg, and a donut. Before we leave, however, it's time to change into a new suit. York brought 3 suits with him to Greenvale. The first one is the agent suit, which is what we've been wearing. It's the default. The next is Workaholic, which is kind of similar, but with a green tie. And Crimson, which looks quite a bit different. These are the only 3 that we begin with, and we're going to go with Workaholic. We're just going to wear these in order. And we'll be finding and buying more suits as we go along in the investigation. We'll send the agent suit for cleaning, because they do get dirty as time goes on. We get an extra for changing clothes, and let's check ourselves out. Well, there's our new look. Even though this suit looks quite similar to the agent's suit, the other suits we'll get will be quite a bit different. So York does have several different looks that he can wear throughout the game. Let's just see what the weather's like today. Raining all day. It says the rainy day might hinder our progress, but we're not going to be concerned about that because we're going to that police station. We're going there as soon as possible, and we're going to find out what the cops have on Anna Graham. When it rains, York wears his special FBI poncho. So that'll just appear or disappear when it starts to rain. Alright, let's get going. No time to waste. Nope. Fortunately, the police station is not too far from the hotel, so it won't take us too long to get there. And those arrows that you see that said 970 yards, that is the police station. When the game identifies the next location that you're supposed to go to, it will put that on the both on the map and on the gameplay screen. You'll see those arrows and the number of yards away you are from there. So you won't actually have to use the map to find your way when going to the next story checkpoint. The game will automatically just tell you where it is. You also may have noticed that York did not go on a long description of favorite movies that time when he talked. That's because he only has a limited amount of things he can say per episode. So we won't have anything new from York until episode 2. We're still on episode 1, which is... each episode is broken up into chapters. Okay, and we are just about there.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We're supposed to go through Anna Graham's file at the sheriff's office, but if you want to act on a hunch, then I'm with you. Zach, the office is closed. It says 0900 to 1700 here. We'll have to come back another time.
Oh. Well, it looks like we're a little early. I guess the police have not arrived yet. But that's okay, because we're going to stand out here in the rain, and we're going to smoke until the police station opens up.
Zach, it's past 9. Let's head over to the sheriff's office. I failed to see the files yesterday, but I'm hoping to see some progress today. That's one fine building for such a small town. The exterior woodwork is spectacular. Don't you agree, Zach?
Pleasure to meet you, Agent Morgan. We've been expecting you. I'm Thomas McLean, the sheriff's assistant.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please just call me York. It's what everyone else calls me.
Very well then, Agent York.
I believe I owe you a thank you for retrieving my belongings from my car. Thanks.
Oh, no, just doing my job. I want to help do everything I can to help the investigation. I just can't believe Anna was murdered. She was such a bright and lovely girl.
Did you know her well?
Well, no, not really. But it's a very small town. I'm sorry. It's just that this is the first really big case I've ever seen.
I understand. Just try to relax. Can I have a look at Anna's file now?
Yes, of course. The sheriff told me to let you through to the meeting room, but I've lost the key to the cabinet where the files are. Why don't you take a look around while I go look for it?
Okay. Let me know when things are ready. Zach, Thomas appears to be the kind and sensitive type, totally at odds with the monarch. Almost a good setting for a cartoon.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to wait until Thomas finds those keys. And I guess we'll just be able to take a look around and see what the sheriff's office has. And what we see are some red glowies. Those never lie, so let's take a look in the material room and see what's important in there. Oh. That's where Thomas went. Maybe he's found those keys. Well, Thomas can't find the key, so I guess we're gonna have to help out if we ever want to get a look at those files on Anna. Fancy electronic sliding cabinets. Don't know why they have these. Looks like they have files going back into the 50s. Though missing 1975 for some reason. Well, I would guess that Thomas is going to be looking in this room, so let's look in another room and see if we can help out. Oh, hold on. Perhaps Thomas left them back here. Yes, flying squirrel keys. Okay, we found the keys in short order. Let's give them back to Thomas and take a look at that file. And see if we can get any further clues from it. Sure did.
You found the key.
I think so. Is this it?
You don't know your squirrels, do you? This isn't the right key holder. This is a Siberian flying squirrel. It's closer to a land-based squirrel. The Siberian flying squirrel is larger than the southern flying squirrel and has a standing tail while the southern has a hanging tail. But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
You sure do know a lot about squirrels.
So, wrong squirrel key. It's at this point that we begin to realize that Thomas organizes his keys by a squirrel filing system, and that he has more than one squirrel key. So I guess we're gonna have to take a look, oh, maybe he knows something about squirrel keys. No, nothing. Well, it's another squirrel key. I don't know if Thomas is the type to really lift weights. He doesn't really look like it. But we'll see if he left it here. How many squirrel keys can there be, anyway?
You found the key.
I hope so.
No. This is a sugar glider. Sorry, wrong key. The sugar glider is a small gliding possum. It has shorter hair and a longer, column-like tail. You can really see its muscle definition on this image, can't you? But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
Zach, can you tell these things apart?
Nope, wrong squirrel key. I guess we just have to keep looking. At least we're getting a look at the police station while we're doing this. Some stairs leading down, but let's take a look at this floor before we go anywhere else. Try the kitchen room. What's this?
Zach, there's a name written on this dumbbell. Arnold. I haven't met anyone by that name yet. Could it be the owner of this dumbbell? What do you think, Zach?
Sure, let's pick up the dumbbell and take it with us. Surely it will help with the investigation to carry around this heavy weight. It looks like someone's been preparing stew. This little kitchen. And we also have the option to shave here, right over the stew. If we really wanted to be a jerk, but I guess we're not going to do that just because we're not shaving. More squirrel keys. More squirrel keys. We'll see if that's what Thomas is looking for right after we see what the police keep in their refrigerator. Turkey sandwich. No, card of a turkey sandwich. It's pretty much the nastiest sandwich I've ever seen. I don't know what's in that sandwich, but that is not turkey. Hey, Emily! Emily, do you know anything about squirrel keys?
Hi.
Well, unfortunately, Emily doesn't seem to know too much
Hi.
about any squirrel keys or where to find them. Trying. You don't look too busy. Well, anyway, let's hand this this gray squirrel key, I believe it was, back to Thomas. And it looks like Emily's going in the same room. Wonder where all these other squirrel keys go to if it's not to the right file that we're looking for.
You found the key.
Is this the one you were looking for?
No. This is a gray squirrel. Sorry, that's not the key. Nothing particularly special about the gray squirrel, I'm afraid. You can find them in the US, Canada, and in England, too.
A gray squirrel. What was I thinking?
But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
No, again, wrong key. So, I guess we just have to keep looking. We've looked at all the rooms on this wing of the police station, I guess. Cross over to the next one. Let's go to the office room, see if any key's in here. Hey, George. You know anything about squirrel keys, George?
George, do you work out every day?
Of course, Agent Morgan. Exercise keeps me healthy. I haven't missed a day since I started in high school.
Now that's impressive. Remind me to get more exercise, Zach.
But I can't do my full routine today without Arnold. I haven't seen Arnold around since yesterday.
Arnold.
He's a training buddy of mine. His partner Sylvester misses him too. If you see Arnold around, let me know, will ya? Can't finish my workout menu without him.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for him.
New side quest start, and I think we know how to do this. Since we did find Arnold lying around in the kitchen, we can do this one right away.
George, I found Arnold.
Really?
He was a bit hard-headed, but I got him to come back.
Oh, Arnold. Well done, Agent Morgan. Now I can work out using my normal workout menu.
Good to hear that.
Here's a little something to show you my appreciation.
Of course. Yeah, dumbbells have a trading card.
So that makes us even. I don't owe you anything, and you don't owe me anything. No changes to how we work together. Just bear that in mind.
Zach? He needs some friends who aren't so dumb.
Another side quest completed, but it's not really what we're concerned about right now. George, know anything about squirrel keys? It's kind of what's important right now. So George doesn't want to help either. Fine, let's just keep looking through the station. George's office.
Zach, look at this. Oh, now this is something special. It's the epitome of the old frontier sheriff's office. It's perfect. A stuffed deer's head on the wall. A flag, a hunting rifle. A hunting rifle. Amazing. You'd never see a hunting rifle on the wall of a police department in the city. That's just amazing. Wonder if the sheriff would ever let me shoot it.
Somehow I doubt that. George keeping a lot of trophies on his desk, a lot of certificates on his wall. Baseball bats and, oh. George, I wasn't looking through your stuff. I'm just looking for a squirrel key. And, yeah, let's be on our way. Apparently no keys in the office room, so time to keep looking. It's the conference room, which is a, larger room, but does not seem to have anything in it. We could check the weather, but no need to do that right now. We can't actually enter the woman and the man rooms. They're inaccessible. So it looks like that we've... here comes Emily, but she's not helping. Looks like we've examined the entire first floor. Let's go down those stairs we saw before and see if there's anything else down there. It's worth investigating. Crate. Keys in here? No. No keys. Looks like this is where the jail is located. Wonder how many people actually go into jail in Greenvale. Doesn't seem like there would be much crime here. Take some police bullets. And here's a shooting range. It's an operational shooting range with moving targets. And, oh, what's this over here? More squirrel keys. Maybe this is the one. So we could spend some time here on the shooting range if we wanted. Practice our aim. If you shoot a target enough, you get an item. And the quality of the item increases as you go down to the left of these shooting targets. If you go all the way to the left, you get to the hardest one, which is the fastest, and that target flaps up and down, as you can see. Yeah, that's the hardest one to get, but I believe the prize for shooting that one enough times is a large first aid kit. So the prizes get better as you get on to the left. But we won't really spend time with that right now. We'll just check out the jail and nothing to do with the investigation, huh? Look alive! You two! FBI! Check out the cells. We could have a nap here if we wanted. But no time for that. We do need to find that key. Nothing there. Well, they've got someone in jail, looks like. Or at least a holding cell. Well, here's something. More squirrel keys. So we've got 2 keys to give to Thomas this time. And oh, what's this? Looks like there's a door hidden behind this mattress. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like this is attracting York's attention, so there's nothing really we can do with that right now. Maybe later. And no, nothing of interest in the other cells. Let's get back to Thomas. They don't get too much action down here, I would suppose. Hopefully one of these is the right one, otherwise we don't really have anywhere else to look.
You found the key.
I hope this is the right one.
You found a Siberian chipmunk this time, have you? Sorry, wrong key.
A Siberian chipmunk?
This species lives in northern Japan on the island of Hokkaido. They're actually quite a popular pet.
So it isn't even a squirrel.
But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
So some filing system that Thomas has with his keys. Let's try the last one.
You found the key.
That's the right one?
Yes, a southern flying squirrel. Thank you so much. I'll bring the files right in, so please go to the meeting room.
Okay, I'll be waiting for you. Well, Zach, we just got here and we've cracked a big case already.
The victim's name was Anna Graham. Age 18, she just recently graduated from high school this year. Her dream was to move out to the city and become a model. But for the time being, she was working in the A&G diner here in town. She lived with her mother, Sally. Anna's father died in an accident in a lumber mill when she was a child. Her mother is unemployed and lives on the insurance money from her husband's accident. After all, it's a small town with a low cost of living. Financially, they seem to get by fine, and they led normal lives.
A normal life is exactly what a curious teenager doesn't want. It's all starting to make sense, Zach.
City folk, huh? No, I take that back. All of them can't be as bad as him. And some should have better manners.
This is a good biscuit. I've never tasted a biscuit this delicious. Where in town can I get these?
Well, actually, I baked them myself.
That's amazing. What are you doing in law enforcement? They're very particular about biscuits, I'll have you know. The balance of milk and butter you've achieved here. Oh, my.
Agent Morgan, the autopsy's ready. You are welcome to accompany me to the Greenvale General Hospital. Emily, you come too. Thomas, stay here and tidy up these files.
Yes, sir.
We're going to use the car outside. Let's get going. You might think this is just a small-town police investigation, but our inspections are thorough and solid. I'm hoping you won't slow us down.
Alright, Sheriff's Office complete. Time to go on to the next chapter and move on to the hospital, where we're going to get to learn the cause of death of Anna Graham. Maybe get somewhere on this case.
The Greenvale General Hospital is down the road by the lake. It's too far to walk. Come on, get in the car.
If I'm riding in a car, George, I prefer to be the driver. Can you provide a car for me?
What are you talking about? You don't even know how to get there.
Which is another good reason for me to drive, George. I need to learn my way around town.
Oh, man. Very well. Then I'll ride with you. I want to keep an eye on you.
Fair enough.
Just one thing, Agent Morgan. Your involvement in this case is limited. That means you don't have to learn your way around town.
George, we'd better get moving. The hospital closes at 2100.
Well, the hospital closes at 2100 hours, and it's only 9:23 now. We do have plenty of time to get there. Looks like it's starting to rain again. As our magic FBI poncho just appeared out of nowhere. Alright, well, let's get going then.
Agent Morgan, get us there quickly, but drive within the speed limit. Just because you have a badge doesn't mean you can drive like a maniac.
George, what are you, his mother?
We just need to get the autopsy results.
Agent York isn't accustomed to the town yet. Give him a little slack. Well then, Agent York, let's get going.
Sure, sounds good.
Drive like a maniac? What is he... Sorry about that. Sorry, George. Alright, so let's get going to the hospital. We can see it on our map, right there. Yeah, those red arrows that we just passed by. And we can take a look at the mini-map and see the general direction it is.
Agent Morgan, I can't help noticing you prefer to work alone. Most of the time, yes.
Don't you get lonely, flying all over the country alone? Are you married?
Unfortunately, relationships and I are fleeting strangers. We don't get on very well. Surprised to hear.
That's because you're young. You notice things like that at my age. You have to treat people carefully, like a thin crystal wine. If you don't, they can cut scars on your face, just like yours, right?
I see my profession. But let's not talk about my scar. It was caused by a problem.
Well, she got you good. Terribly good.
It'll fade away, and nobody will notice it.
A week? It's not that light of a wound.
So, is there really a need for a full-time sheriff?
I'm sure it is small to your city eyes, but all kinds of problems. Fights, runaways, stray pets.
You're too fixated on violent crimes. Our job is to guide the people along the correct path. First and foremost, that's what I consider to be my duty as the sheriff of Greenvale.
Back there he is, the monarch, in all his glory. It makes me glad that I was.
Did you say something, Agent Morgan?
No, nothing. It's just reflecting on what it is.
Well, we're in the middle of a homicide investigation. Keep your mind on the matter at hand.
Okay. Right now is good.
So we're heading to the hospital with George and Emily in the car, but that is not actually our only option. We did have the option of leaving them behind and just doing our own thing, and they would have gotten to the hospital on their own. So if you decide to let George and Emily to go on their own, there is something that you can do right here, and that's go have lunch with Thomas. You see, after Thomas has been introduced, then every day, really, you do have the option of having him prepare lunch for you and the other cops. Let's do that now.
It's nice to be able to eat lunch together like this.
No matter how much we get along, remember, Agent Morgan is a member of a different organization, and I doubt he'll be of much help with the case.
Come on, George, be nice.
It's okay, I'm used to it. This is the typical reaction of most local sheriffs who are really good at what they do when the FBI comes to help with a case. I understand the mentality completely. We've all seen it on TV, but it happens in real life all the time.
So George is the defensive home turf sheriff?
Yes, definitely.
And the FBI agent is going to make the sheriff look bad, just like the TV shows?
That's not what I mean, George. When you're good at what you do, you tend to defend your work aggressively. You simply displayed a perfectly natural reaction.
A natural reaction?
Thomas, you've outdone yourself again. The food was delicious, as expected. Amazingly good. Well, thank you. That ham salad was fantastic. wish the boys at HQ could get a taste of it.
Really? I can give you some of the ham. It's homemade.
Homemade ham. Amazing.
My mother taught me how to make them. I have some homemade pickles, too. I was just...
That's enough, Thomas. We're very busy. Agent Morgan, stop wasting time around here and let's get over to the hospital.
Yeah, we better get going. We'll see you there.
Get this all cleared up and get back to work.
Yes, sir.
I'm impressed again, Zach. It must be very peaceful here. A law enforcer with the time to make ham at home. Simply amazing.
So that's what we could have done if we left George and Emily behind. But we didn't. We decided to drive there to the hospital with them. Let's just do a little bit of off-roading. See what we can find. It can be a little difficult to, as I've said before, maneuver your way around Greenvale. So you probably do want to have an external map with you instead of just using the in-game one. But here's the road that will lead us right to the hospital. As you may have noticed, when you have George and Emily in the car with you, you do have the option for conversations with them that you wouldn't have otherwise. And since your work is all out of movie tidbits for right now, we might as well just keep George and Emily in the car with us when we go places. Here's the hospital, just right up the hill to the right.
Homicide investigation. Keep your mind on the matter at hand.
He's right, Agent York. You still don't know your way around. Concentrate on that.
Well, that's what I was doing, but because I was speaking with you, I missed our mark. It's right there.
That's a pretty big hospital. I guess they wanted to be ready for town-wide food poisoning.
No. It's another leftover from the town's prosperous slumber days. Hard to imagine now, though, isn't it?
My mother always talked about how energetic this town used to be. Almost like a gold rush, she used to say.
Impressive.
But the hotter the fever, the faster it cools. And so now there's hardly anyone left to use this place.
It pains me to watch my hometown lose so many senses. Beyond your understanding, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sorry to say that it is.
Indeed. That's why this case is our problem. There really isn't any need for you to get too involved.
But we can also arrive to the hospital without George and Emily.
Agent Morgan, have you no respect for rules and protocol? We were waiting for you, and now you try to go in by yourself.
Oh, George. I didn't see you in the parking lot, so I thought I'd wait inside.
Just watch it from now on. I don't like inconsiderate people who think that they're above the rules. And I'm sure I've made this point clear by now.
Calm down, George. He probably just got lost on his way here and rushed in. Right, Agent York? Let's go inside then. Hello, Sheriff.
Hi there, Fiona. We're here to see Usha. Do you know where he is?
I think Dr. Johnson is in the computer room.
A computer room? In a hospital?
Nice to meet you, Mr. FBI agent. The computer room is where our employees share a computer.
Very nice to meet you, too. I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. But how did you know I was FBI?
Easy. None of the police in this town wear cologne. Besides, that scar on your face is the biggest rumor in town.
Rumors get exaggerated as they spread, even in the countryside.
What's that you're reading, if I may ask?
You haven't heard of this yet? It's a recent bestseller mystery. It's set in the U.S., a small traditional North American town close to the Canadian border. A peaceful, traditional place. However, that peaceful town is shattered by a terrible crime, the murder of a local girl. And that incident causes grief and sadness to everyone in town. But
Fiona, don't say that.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. With Anna dead and all.
Don't worry. Books are written to entertain, and it's good you're enjoying it. What we're faced with here is a terrible crime committed in a real world. Much different from that of a novel. So there's no need to apologize.
Thank you, Agent York.
Okay, so here we are at the hospital, and we have to find the doctor to see if we can find out anything about Anna. I don't know, Emily. What is going on? George is, he's looking at a map of the hospital. That seems like a good idea. Try to find out where this computer room is. If we look at this map... Hold on. Look at this map. We can see the computer room is to the left of the entrance. So, go stand by the entrance. It should be to our left. Yes, there we go. Maybe we can see... Maybe one of these signs will tell us something about where the computer room is. I don't think this is going to help us. No, I don't think that is. Wait, hold on. Directions. Okay, let's see. Medicament storage. I don't think we want that. Hickey storage 1 to 2. The dissecting room. The dead house. The sleep lab. And toilet and power room. No, none of those things are a computer room. Let's see. Hold on. The red glowies don't lie. This must be the computer room.
We couldn't find him.
Fiona needs to check her information.
No, I don't think so. Does the doctor like playing games by any chance?
What do you mean?
There's a message on the computer, and a card key already set in place. The king passes the rook and meets the bishop. The knight takes a pawn along for the queen.
What does that all mean?
It's a simple puzzle.
Zach, let's take him up on his challenge. You can do this, right?
Okay, so let's see. King passes rook and meets bishop. Knight takes a pawn to the queen. So, king passes rook and meets bishop. Knight takes a pawn to the queen. And that's checkmate. Not too difficult.
The doctor awaits below with the deceased.
Another code? But there's nowhere to insert a password.
More games. I'm going to get Fiona to call Usha up here right now.
No need, George. The message appeared with the card key. It's telling us where to use it.
This is not the time to be joking around, Agent Morgan.
Dr. Usha is below with the deceased. With Anna. Below being underground, I take it. Simple. Simple.
Then it's time to meet the mischievous architect of this little game.
Nah.
Oh, George is upset that he couldn't figure out the riddle. This doctor does seem to like chess. There's posters of chess pieces on his wall. Okay, anyway, let's find out where this place is that we need to go. I don't think this is going to tell us. I don't think this is going to tell anyone anything. I think whoever runs this hospital needs to get new signs. Oh, okay, the dead house. Yes, that's probably where we want to go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, so there's that. Apparently the dead house is about 60 yards away, over on this side of the hospital. Some people waiting around. I'm sure these signs, I'm sure they mean something to someone. Exigence ward. Let's see what's in here. Oh, it's got some beds that we could take a nap on, it looks like, if we so chose. Now, York did say that this would be underground, so I would guess we're looking for stairs and down. According to that, the dead house should be this way? I guess keep going. Seems like it's going to be this way. Right, hold on. Yep. Yes, there are stairs. So, Dr. Usha should be somewhere down here. Where's that dead house? What's this? Is that a... Yep, that's a card key reader. Use a card key. It's a good thing no one had to find Usha for a medical emergency. This could have been inconvenient.
Usha, sorry to keep you waiting.
Ah, you made it. Let's get started, shall we?
This is Agent Morgan from the FBI.
Nice to meet you. I'm Usha Johnson, the doctor in this hospital.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please call me York. Everyone calls me that.
Very well, Agent York.
Are you a forensic practitioner?
Let's just say I've dealt with corpses before.
That battle of wits, by the way. Did you create that yourself?
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to see if our FBI agent could handle the task.
I see. Well, it was pretty fun.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
We don't have much time. We need those autopsy results.
Next time,
Try challenging us without obstructing an investigation. You've angered the monarch.
From the onset of rigor mortis, the stiffening of the muscles, the time of death is estimated to be between 20 and 2200 hours. Now, that's still quite early for such a crime to take place. Note that there are 2 exterior wounds, pressure marks around the neck, and a long cut running from chest to abdomen. Blood marks on her right hand tell us she was released on the ground. Her skull is also fractured, but that is unrelated to the cause of death. It probably happened to her after she was killed. Now, I first thought death by suffocation due to the marks on her neck, but after further investigation, I now have a different conclusion. The direct cause of death was loss of blood from the wound.
Which means...
She was cut up while she was still alive.
Yes, a sharp knife was used. It was inserted beneath the sternum and then quickly sliced downwards. The excessive loss of blood from her internal organs is what actually killed her. Her nails are clean, and with no skin cells from the attacker. She also doesn't appear to have been bound nor badly beaten. She was apparently killed without resistance. The most tragic thing, however, was that she was unable to speak her story to anyone who could hear her cries.
The perpetrator cut out Anna's tongue.
Well, I believe she was drugged first to phase her consciousness, and then the killer killed her. Now, the killer most likely has a deep, traumatized past concerning women. He probably cannot converse with them normally. Cutting out the tongue suggests a very lonely individual. Either that or a truly hardcore sadist. He must get off on watching women suffer, especially when they can't answer back. Now, he watched as the blood pumped from her body, as she gradually grew cold. A case in Seattle in 1985 was much like...
Usher, please, limit your report to your findings as a doctor. Criminal profiling is my job. You're wrong, also. Anna died fully, deeply, painfully aware of what was happening to her.
But,
Tell me, what time did it stop raining on the night Anna was killed?
Just before I went to bed, right after the movie on TV ended, so around 1 a.m.
What movie was it?
An American Werewolf in London.
Directed by John Landis, 1981. So the rain stopped, accompanied by the ending song, Blue Moon. George, would you mind if I examined Anna myself?
What more do you hope to find?
I'm sure I mentioned that I have a personal interest in cases like these.
Time to do a little forensic investigating of our own. Looks like York has a good impression of Dr. Usher. George doesn't even want to look at this. Oh, alright. Well, let's get down to business then. Let's take a look at the deceased and see if we can find out anything of interest. Oh, there's the impression in her hand. of the round object that was mentioned. She sure is. And feet? Take a look at her other hand. Fingernails are neatly pressed on, I guess. Sure, why not?
From her lack of resistance, I'd say that Anna's injuries happened very quickly. Unable to speak, she was then left to cry herself to death.
Zach, it's all starting to come together.
The perpetrator stayed with her for at least 2 hours until it stopped raining. At the estimated time of her death, it was still raining, but you can still see tear marks on her cheeks. That means she was killed under a roof somewhere. She was then carried into the woods after it stopped raining.
There's one other thing. Her tongue was removed with a very blunt knife. In fact, it's more likely it was simply chopped off.
Asha, are you a passionate man?
Well, not particularly, but I am man enough should the moment call for it.
George, how about you?
I'm very passionate. Yes. Especially when it comes to women. But I don't see what that has to do with anything.
George, the perpetrator is just like you. He's passionate about women. He's a passionate kisser. This was a kiss of death.
The perpetrator bit off Anna's tongue.
We'll never get a dental print from a wound like this. But this is still a big lead.
Jackpot, Zach. A shame, but our old-time all-American sightseeing tour just came to an end.
This case is now under the jurisdiction of the FBI. I'm assuming command. I'll need you to assist me in the investigation.
What in the hell do you mean, Agent Morgan? I know I said I was passionate, but you can't think I did this.
That's not why I'm assuming command, George. You're a suspect just as much as every other passionate man on Earth. Let me show you something. There you go. Amazing, huh? I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but most of the details are top secret. George, Emily, we should be going. No need to stay here any longer.
Okay. I have to sign the release. Just give me a moment.
Very well. I'll go on ahead. I can't take it any longer down here. Bishop takes queen. His rook takes your queen. Then your knight takes rook. And checkmate.
Huh?
My first victory in the Grandmaster ranking.
Zach, they're here.
Oh, well. Look at this. That can't be good. Well, we've seen these red vines before, so it looks like we may have problems. And I think that before we try to deal with these problems, let's call in and report to the agency. So that'll be it for today's investigation. Next time, we try to deal with whatever's happening now. See you next time.